All right, let's get right into it. I've been a marine technician for over 15 years, working almost exclusively on Mercury outboards, and let me tell you, I've seen just about everything. And I've learned that using the right parts, well, it isn't just a suggestion. It's the single most important thing you can do to protect your engine and make sure it doesn't leave you stranded.
I actually want to start with a personal story, a mistake from my early days. This coat you're looking at? Yeah, that was me. It was a tough, costly lesson, but it taught me something absolutely fundamental about these engines, and that's what I really want to share with you today. That one single mistake completely changed how I approach marine maintenance. It really drove home a critical point. What works perfectly fine for your car can and will absolutely destroy your boat engine. So let's break down exactly why. Just think about it for a second. Your outboard lives in an incredibly harsh world. You've got constant exposure to water, both fresh and salt. You've got wild temperature swings and just relentless vibration. It's a battleground, really. An environment that automotive products are just not designed to handle. And the biggest difference, it really boils down to science. Marine lubricants have these special additives, emulsifiers that are designed to mix with any water that gets into the system. This stops the water from separating and causing rust. Automotive oils, they don't have that. Water gets in, it separates, it pools in the bottom of your gear case, and it just starts eating away at critical internal parts. This isn't a small difference, it is everything.
And this is what happens when things go wrong. Just last summer, I had to replace a lower unit gear set for a customer who'd been using automotive gear oil. The water separated out and the gears just rusted. That number you're looking at, that was the bill for the parts alone. A totally preventable $1,000 plus mistake.
And hey, it's not just the oil. Marine grease is made to resist getting washed away by water on your steering components. Modern fuels with ethanol can start to break down in as little as 30 days, so marine fuel stabilizer is absolutely critical. Even marine antifreeze has additives to stop scale from building up inside the cooling passages. Every single one of these products is designed for a very specific marine challenge.
Okay, so how do we actually fight back against this brutal environment? Well, that brings us to the 300-hour service. Now, I want you to stop thinking of this as just another maintenance task. It's not. It's a proactive, comprehensive defense plan for your engine.
And look, you don't have to just take my word for it. As the experts at boatengine.com point out, this service is specifically designed to replace the parts that wear out slowly over time, but are absolutely critical to the engine's survival. It's so much more than just a simple oil change. This is exactly why I always recommend getting the official 300-hour service kits. Everything you need is right there in one box, and it's all perfectly matched to your engine's specific serial number. It just takes all the guesswork out of the equation and makes sure you don't miss a single tiny critical part.
All right, so let's see how this kit actually builds our defense. We're going to pop open the virtual lid here and take a look at the parts inside that are true lifesavers for your engine.
First up, the water pump impeller. This little rubber part might not look like much, but it is the heart of your engine's cooling system. Its one and only job is to pump a constant flow of raw water through the engine block to keep it from overheating.
And make no mistake about this. If this one part fails, your engine will overheat in minutes. I'm not talking about a slow temperature creep, I mean a catastrophic, rapid overheat. We're talking about warped heads, seized pistons, damage that can easily run into thousands and thousands of dollars to fix.
I've seen this happen firsthand. I had a client who decided to skip the impeller change, just to save a few bucks. 2 weeks later, I got the call I always dread. His engine had overheated and the power head was toast. The cost of that rebuild was more than 10 times the cost of the entire 300-hour service he skipped.
The kit also includes a bunch of other unsung heroes. A new thermostat makes sure the engine runs at the perfect temperature. You've got anodes. Think of these as little bodyguards. They're designed to corrode so your expensive lower unit and trim assembly don't have to. And trust me, I've seen entire trim assemblies just destroyed by neglected anodes. It's a hugely expensive and totally preventable repair. Okay, now for the big question, the one I get all the time. Can you do this yourself, or should you really take it to a professional? And the answer honestly depends on your skills, your tools, and your time. So let's just talk dollars and cents for a minute. Looking at a real-world example for a twin-engine boat, doing it yourself might cost you around $1,200 in parts. Having a dealer do that same job, you could be looking at over $2,800. The savings are, well, they're huge. You can see it right there, often 50% or more.
So the choice really comes down to this. Doing it yourself offers massive cost savings, but you've got to have the right tools, the service manual, and the patience to do the job right.
Going with a pro costs more, but what you're really paying for is their expertise and, of course, the peace of mind. There's no wrong answer, only the one that's right for you.
But here's the bottom line, and if you take away only one thing from this, let it be this. It doesn't matter who spins the wrenches. The single most important factor in your engine's long-term health is using high-quality, marine-specific parts and lubricants. Cutting corners here is a gamble that you will eventually lose.
At the end of the day, your engine is what makes every trip possible. It's the difference between a perfect day out on the water and an absolute disaster. So the question I'll leave you with is this: are you doing everything you can to protect that investment?